afternoon, everybody. We made it through the monsoon storm last night. It was crazy. I've got a little video clip of it uploaded. It's like 80-mile-an-hour winds is what they said. Flooding like instantly. I took my son to school this morning and had to come back with the car and swap out for the truck. And the water was up to the doors in the truck. But that's what we get to work with out here in the middle of nowhere. All the rain ends up here and it just washes right through. Besides all that, we've got 5 packages to send out today. We've got a 5-disc DVD changer, a Super Nintendo Game Genie, Star Wars set of laser discs, a puzzle, and some other item. I don't remember what it is. I should, but memory's not that great sometimes, especially when I'm videoing. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll be right here behind us at my photo booth, packing these up today rather than out in the garage where I try to pack stuff. We're trying to get a whole shipping station put together. I've got my 4 rolls of American Bubble Boy, no sponsorship, but I follow everybody else. They're using them and it's been good. Anyway, I've got the 4 rolls out there. I brought one in to wrap this stuff up. And hopefully in the near future, after all the rain and flooding goes away, I'll be able to show you guys a finished shipping station. And hopefully somebody else will be able to do something similar. So with that, let's get some stuff packed up and get it out to the new houses today. Ended up taking a small break from the video so I could go pick up my kids from school, get home, and knock out that 5-disc changer. Stick around for some crazy stories about things not to do and things to definitely look for when you're digging through old boxes of stuff at yard sales. My trick to doing these boxes, sometimes it works out, sometimes not. Move this back. All right, so since I don't need the whole box, I'll go ahead and I will cut at least one flap off, just because they're a pain and they're in the way, to make it a little easier to work. So we'll set that off to the side. Let's just go ahead and do them all. It doesn't have to be clean, just somewhat, you know. So it's not like I'm going to use them anywhere else. A lot of box to not waste. I'll use it on other stuff. That way we can kind of work around what we got going on here. So rather than breaking out the tape measure and all that good stuff, roughly I'll put it there. I'll add a little bit for some packing material to that box. Right, let's say about that much, and then that's where I'm going to cut roughly. We'll use the nice side of it, so I can add a little extra padding top and bottom. And then this should be the top of our flap. As long as I cut one side. Remember, amateur here. Everybody does things a little bit different. Still got to get one of those fancy box cutters ordered with the resizer. The other day I was packing up a spoiler for a Mustang, and we did it outside because it was so big. And so wife's helping me. I get the box all set. I stick the knife through the box and just leave it there and make sure that I've cleared the table, our glass table outside, all the way down. And of course, it's one of those things, as soon as you do it, you know you screwed up. And man, I bet that razor blade sticking through the bottom, I bet it cleared the table. And right then is when I put it, right, my hand went right across it. So it was one of those things. Usually I'm the guy that gets hurt at least once a year, once or twice, accident or just in a hurry. You know, no PPE for whatever I'm doing, no safety glasses or whatever. One time it was a radiator fan, and I was working on the wife's car, and I'd not unhooked the battery, and I was putting a new fan in it, but I had the keys out and thought, hey, this will work. The keys are out. I'm not driving it. It's not going anywhere. It's not like I'm going to get hurt. And our son was out there, and I told him, I said, hey, okay, give me a minute. Watch out. I'm going to be putting this fan down in there, because I'd pre-wired it and was going to slide it down in the engine compartment. And sure enough, as I was setting it in, the fan came on, and it had enough, the little motor had enough torque, because I wasn't holding it tight, it came out of my hand, and it bounced off the engine and came back, and it hit my thumb. And they were able to put 3 stitches in it. Somehow I got to keep the thumb. I don't think I have any pictures of that anymore, and probably don't want to post those anyway. I don't want to gross anybody out. But it chewed it up, and I was out of work for over a month. That's way too much tape. And we weren't doing eBay at the time, so I was just out. I couldn't do anything anyway. The next day I was outside trying to mow the lawn because I'm kind of hard-headed and I can't make someone else do everything because the kids were too small. So I'm out there. My wife's telling me, don't be doing that, you're gonna get even more hurt, and she wouldn't let me drive. And if anyone out there's ever been hurt like that, they know the feeling of they want to help their family out, but their family wants them to get better. So just be careful with the box cutters. I know it's common. It's supposed to be common sense, but I've heard the saying of common sense isn't common. So, and since that accident with the radiator fan, I've pretty much lost feeling in the thumb. Luckily I was able to keep it, but I've lost feeling in it. My last job, I was running a lathe, and a piece of metal broke off in my hand from the lathe and went like all the way through my thumb. And it was funny, we tried to take it out at work. I tried everything to get it out myself, and finally told the boss, hey, I gotta go into the ER. And I drive myself in, and I get there, and the doctor's freaking out about it. Do you need a shot to numb the pain? And said, no, I just need it out. It doesn't hurt. I just need it out. So we had to x-ray it, and he got it out. But still, one of those things, you think everything's all right, and then something could happen at any point. So just like digging through boxes of yard sale stuff, and you don't know what's going to be in there. As far as, I have a thing for digging through the smallest boxes. I like to see what kind of cool stuff is laying in the bottom. And because a lot of people miss stuff there. That's where you'll find your jewelry, and it's not much, but hey, a little chunk of gold or silver, it adds up. So I'll go through and look through that stuff. One time, I think it was about 5 years ago, it was the first time I took my wife out. Yeah, hey, let's accept that here in a second. Now let's just go ahead and do it now. That'll work. Anyway, we were out cleaning out in the state. No one had lived there. Love that sound. No one had lived there in like 15 years or so. Maybe longer than that. And we went out there to clean it out, and there's just people everywhere. You know how it is. And they're climbing over boxes to get to other boxes and throwing little boxes to the side. And obviously, you know, we're in Arizona, so there's all kinds of animals. This is like the day after Christmas. Anyway, so we're out there, and I'm digging through boxes and getting all excited looking through stuff. And I didn't realize that I had been tossing baby scorpions around that were too cold to move. I was tossing them around with my hands. And my wife stopped me. I just pulled like a pair of gold earrings out of a box. She's like, do you see what's on your hand? What are you talking about? I thought it was just, I don't know, just little trash inside the box. And no, it was a whole bunch of baby black scorpions. So, like I said, you never know what's out there. I mean, as far as reselling, you kind of got it easy on not getting hurt, but there's always that kind of chance that something can happen. Do not like the way that's going in. So for a little extra protection, let's slide that back, and I'll put some more packing material in the front. Some other size bubbles. Go ahead and add. Never have, I think you can never have too much bubble wrap or anything else. I honestly hate packing peanuts, but it gets the job done for the most part. I don't like getting things in them, but when I put them in a package, I will wrap up whatever I'm sending in a bag. So it's just the ease of use for them to get it out and use whatever it is that they got, rather than digging it out and going, man, I got to get through all this. Where is this thing inside the peanuts, and peanuts dumped everywhere? I'll leave them a little note, say, hey, you found it, you know, here it is. Okay, there's that. Add some more. I got these big ones here. We recycle all of our packing material. Rather do that than have somebody else throw it away. There's no point. Not one of those one man's trash, another treasure things. Just really prefer to reuse this stuff, especially where we live. There's a lot of as they call them here, snowbirds. So for you not familiar with snowbirds, that is the people that have, let's say, a house in, for example, Wyoming. And it's nice and cool or whatever in the summer, or Colorado, let's say. Nice and cool in the summer. So they stay up there for the summer, and they own a house down here too. Or they're just retired and they rent a house down here. Those people, especially with the way the real estate is right now, they're moving in like crazy. So with them moving in, they've had so much free packing material online. I just keep going and picking it up. I mean, it'd be really dumb not to. All right, so there we go. As I cut these corners and go, please don't cut yourself in the video, because I wouldn't edit it out. I'd go ahead and leave it on there and make the example of myself for everybody. Someone's got to do it. Let's not make it me today. And I did swap out that other box. I found a nicer one in the garage to make a box out of. The humidity here has just messed up a lot of the boxes I had stored. Usually we have the opposite problem, where the boxes are so crispy from the dry heat that you'll actually fold the box and it will just crack because it's so dried out. And now I've got the opposite going on, which is just pretty soggy. Okay, last corner. I was listening to some of the other guys. I know Lonnie changed his shipping. I used to do same-day shipping when I had a job, a regular job, working for the man, and I did it everyday shipping. But when you're working for somebody else, it makes it rough. Try to rush home, get everything packed, get it sent out. I had a few items that I ended up getting there. I'd have to ship them out, you know, the next day or whatever. It's pretty close. I cut it a little bit short, but man, that's close. Okay, we'll add a little piece to the inside. I find sometimes that happens. There. Pretty picky about getting enough tape on boxes. I don't like people to see what's inside of people's packages. And some of you will probably say that I overkill these things with tape, and I don't know. I've gotten packages in the mail before, and so what were you guys thinking trying to pack something that way? I'd much rather add too much than not enough. Make sure this guy's not going anywhere here. So if you guys end up buying something from me, except for the very first DVD player I ever sold, that ended up being a fiasco. I thought I had it packed good, thought I had enough material around it. They got the package, sent the pictures to me through eBay, and it looked like it fell off a cliff. The box was perfect, but it was a DVD VCR combo, and it fit like perfect inside of a one of those priority board game boxes. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna work so good. Put a little padding around it. Guy sends pictures. Luckily, he didn't leave bad feedback. And I had sent these that way before with no issues. Some of you are probably cringing at the amount of tape I put on this thing. There goes another $1 in tape. So anyway, I'd sent a couple over the years before, no issues. So I sent his, and I'm telling you, I was mad. I thought it was him. I thought he had just buyer's remorse, and I didn't have, at the time, didn't have returns on my items. So I went, man, he must have taken a screwdriver to it or something and just pried it apart, because that's how it looked. About 6 months later, I had sent one to my mom so she could watch old home videos and stuff if she wanted. And she ended up sending it back. She was done with it. So she put it in the same box that I had sent it to her in. And I went, well, I'll just go ahead and list it on eBay. I mean, they were bringing some pretty good money at the time. They still do, but I went, let's go ahead and relist this thing on eBay. And when I opened the box, and that was probably a month or two after I'd gotten it back from her, it was in bad shape. It looked just like the one I'd sent to the guy that it fell apart on him. So after that, no more shipping DVD VCR combos in those board game boxes. I avoid that like the plague. Anyway, there's our last one. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please like, subscribe. It'd mean a lot to us. It'd be great to hit, let's say 100 subscribers by the end of the year and watch the channel grow. If you have any cool stories to tell us about, just drop them in the comments below, and we'll see you at the next sale.